probably come in. Good evening and welcome. We are gonna switch it up and kind of review a movie that Mark and I have been talking about reviewing for quite a while now.
It's not from the 80s. It's not from the 70s.
No, but it is retro because of all the Easter eggs.
Yes.
This movie was out, released in 2018, and it was directed by Steven Spielberg. And I'll tell you, you know, them just saying, "Oh, you got to find an Easter egg in the movie to win the game," but then the whole movie is nothing but filled with Easter eggs.
Yep.
And every time you can watch that movie, you're going to find a new one.
Well, since you mentioned Easter eggs, I, on YouTube, found a video by New Rock Stars. Says, Ready Player One, all 300 plus Easter eggs. It's about a 30-minute, a little over 30 minutes, and it runs through kind of giving you ideas of where all the Easter eggs are and what to look for.
Yeah, but that's kind of like a spoiler at the same time.
It's a very big spoiler, and that's something I really don't want to play for people because I don't want them to be, knowing where everything is. I'd rather them watch the movie and look for them because I'm telling you, man, Spielberg's behind this mess, and he did awesome with it.
Well, I'm gonna play the trailer off.
Yeah, you can play the trailer.
So I'm gonna play the trailer off of YouTube, and then we'll discuss the movie.
I could have played that too if you wanted. Could have brought it up.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful day here in Beverly Hills. What the hell was that?
Wait a minute.
That's not the trailer. What are you playing?
Beverly Hills Cop. I literally just watched that about an hour ago.
Okay, what happened here?
Was that wait? Was that Beverly Hills Cop, or was that the fourth one, Axel Foley?
It's the one called Axel Foley.
Which is on Netflix.
Yeah.
Which I don't have Netflix.
Okay.
Wade Watts.
I must have hit the next button instead of the play button.
Yeah, knowing you probably did.
You can bite me. Okay.
No, thank you. I know you're a little bitter bitch.
My name's Wade Watts. My dad picked that name because it sounded like a superhero's alter ego, like Peter Parker or Bruce Banner. But he died when I was a kid. My mom too. And I ended up here, sitting here in my tiny corner of nowhere. There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere. Except the Oasis.
Sound, dude.
A whole virtual universe. People come to the Oasis for all the things they can do. But they stay because of all the things they can be.
Can you feel this?
Yeah. The only place that feels like I mean anything. The Oasis was the brainchild of James Halliday.
Hello. If you're watching this, I'm dead. I created a hidden object, an Easter egg. first person to find the egg will inherit $500 billion and total control of the oasis itself.
Who is this Parzival? And how the hell is he winning?
Find him. This isn't just a game. I'm talking about actual life and death stuff.
The oasis, the world's most important economic resource. And it's nothing less than a war for control of the future.
Welcome to the rebellion. Wait.
Like many of you, I only came here to escape. But what the hell, something much bigger than just myself. Are you willing to fight?
Let's save the oasis.
Your sound sucks, dude.
I know.
You
It's
should
the
just have
process.
me play it. I got everything up.
Well,
Anyway, that just makes me want to watch it again.
It's a great movie.
yeah, and it's got a great soundtrack too.
That freaking movie, because of that movie, every damn time when I'm listening to my classic rock and stuff, Van Halen's Jump comes on the radio.
That's
That
amazing.
fucking snap, man. That I see that movie right there. That very beginning where he's putting the goggles on to go into the Oasis. That is exactly where it takes me. It is freaking awesome. And Spielberg did awesome with it. And most you're gonna see you will see Easter eggs in the beginning part. There'll be Easter eggs there. One of the main Easter eggs is from Spielberg movie, Back to the Future. That's one of your main ones, and one of the first ones you're going to see.
No,
And it's very obvious and very easy. But there are Easter eggs in this movie that some of our generation, the Gen X, won't get. They won't understand the reference. They won't, because they're not into the anime. Because during the race, there's a featured piece of equipment from an anime.
Yeah,
Jeremy, do you know which one I'm talking about?
No.
The motorcycle. That's the main bike from the movie Akira. The anime movie Akira, that bike that Artemis is riding, that is the main bike.
I have not seen that particular movie. But I have seen a good number of movies that are referenced in this thing. That one I have not.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing that they were even able to get the licensing deal just to make this movie.
I don't know who Spielberg knew or talked to. I agree with you on that. He moved heaven and earth. He had to get the licensing deal for this.
Yeah, I mean,
because of all the different references in there.
Yeah.
And it's not just the visual references. Some of the times,
no
audio or the things they say. You know, I mean, the guy was a fucking genius when he did this. Or you know, they wrote this movie.
I'm pretty certain
Spielberg to direct it. And
no, I'm pretty certain Spielberg had a big hand in putting this together, but I bet he had a hell of a good team.
Well,
writing the script.
It was based on a book. Somebody had written the book, Ready Player One. And
yeah, Ernest Cline. It's based on his novel.
Okay.
Okay, and the writing credits, the screenplay, go to Ernest Cline and Zach Penn.
Cool. So the man that wrote the book is actually involved in making the screen, doing the script and everything for the movie.
Right.
And he did it. He actually forward and did it the right way because he actually was hands-on, had to have been hands-on, and make sure that all the different references and all the different things are in this movie. I mean, crap. When he first goes into the Oasis, he's running you through the different places in the Oasis you can go, the different worlds you can go, and he's talking about climbing Mount Everest with
Batman.
Exactly.
There's that one scene, I think, with the curator where is that all of these things are spinning around of the different worlds that you can go into, and one of them was The Shining that he selected. Is like
that was the movie selections. Yeah, it's the movie selections.
Yeah. Ironically, the whole bit about The Shining in this movie was not in the book. It took the place of another setting in the book itself.
Yeah, I didn't get to read the book. I probably should.
No.
You plan on the book because there's actually a sequel to the book, Ready Player 2. And from what I understand, they are planning on making an adaptation of that one too.
Oh, thank God!
I already saw something online, and as I followed it, it looked legit. It because there's a couple of Facebook pages out there, groups out there that make all these. Oh, this is coming out in 2025, and you're like, really? No, it's all
fake. You're talking fan made,
right? But
trailers that they put out.
Ready Player 2, no, it looks pretty legit, like it's being worked on right as we speak.
Well, earlier this year, Steven Spielberg said in a movie that the film is still in development.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But I know the things that you're talking about, Yoda, BB something, they make up all kinds of stuff that looks really legit. But everything is all fake on that page. And it says in the description, this is 100% satire, not to be taken serious. This is just for fun. Yeah. And even though it says that in the description, whenever this guy puts out a new movie poster, everybody thinks, oh, this would be great. We've been needing this. I can't wait to see it.
What's that site that reviews that you can go and look at the movie and you get the reviews and you can get the cast of the movies? IMDb. Okay, IMDb.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what they did that one year, which pissed a lot of people off. Do you remember when they made a trailer claiming it was a Legend of Zelda movie that was coming out? They did it for a.
I'm hearing something about that.
They did it for an April Fool's joke, and when they released it, there was so much buzz on the internet that Nintendo finally is going to do something right, and they're going to let so and so do that, and it's like, oh my God. But the trailer that they put together for that, it rocked. It looked legit. And when they came out and said, "Oh no, this is an April Fool's joke," and they actually got me in that loop too.
I remember because you showed me you sent the link.
I got hung up in that loop too. But I'm like, holy shit, it looks good. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh no, it's just an April Fool's joke. And it's like, sons of.
Wait a minute, we need to make this movie now because there is a demand for it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that right there alone, just it went like 6-7 months where people were just going ape crap batty over this damn thing, thinking it was real, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh no, it's just an April Fool's joke."
Yeah, that sucked.
Well, that's very reminiscent of the trailer. What was it? Machete. It was like a double feature trailer where the guy filmed it just for that, and then because the demand for one of those things was so high, he ended up actually making a film to go with that trailer. I want to say that the one trailer featured the girl with the cut off leg, and in place of it was like a machine gun.
Oh, I know what one you're talking about too. It wasn't it a Grindhouse movie?
Yes.
Yeah, Grindhouse has stepped up and done some really interesting, kind of off the wall movies that were successful.
Yeah, that's what it was, and they filmed it.
But I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I think it is Grindhouse, and another name that went with it was Machete something, unless it was just Machete by itself. But yeah, Ready Player One, I can't say enough good things about this. The way that this thing was done, even though it deviates from the book a lot, but it keeps the spirit of it. It just brings in so much where there's a little bit of everything for everybody.
Yep. Every genre's in there.
Yeah.
Pretty much every different thing you can think of that over the 70s and 80s and part of the 90s even, that we grew up on that the Gen X, this movie, if I had to actually describe it well, I'd say this movie, I think, was put together and made mostly for the Gen X, because these are the things that would bring back the memories to us as Gen X.
Well, yeah, and we're gonna be the ones to recognize them right away. For example, I mean, you only get a quick glimpse of it. The first time they go for the first key and they do that race for the very first time. You know, he doesn't win the race yet. You know, Percival, you know, he's still, you know, he does rescue at the end, but right before the race starts and the camera is like going down there and all of this, I saw the Mach 5.
Yeah, Mach 5's in there.
And then you know what those Sixers reminded me of? Speaking of the Mach 5, the Mach 5. Yeah, the Sixers.
The IOs.
In the race,
IOI.
The ones that had the IOI cars, all those.
Mm-hmm.
Those reminded me of those racers, that whole big, huge, massive team that was in the Speed Racer cartoons that were always the villains.
Yep.
That's exactly what that reminded me of.
All those real quick glimpses, like right at the very beginning, you see Freddy Krueger for just a second before he's blown to smithereens. And then later on, you see Jason Voorhees. And then in a much more screen time, you see Chucky.
Yeah,
that's during the final battle.
Yeah, but that was one of my favorite parts. You know, they say, here, throw this.
Yeah, throw this.
It's a damn fucking, you know, it's a Chucky doll.
So they throw Chucky doll out.
It's like, it's fucking Chucky.
Yeah. and
then the whole mess of them.
Yeah, the whole room starts going red.
That was like.
So another one too is when Saito turns into a Gundam. He used that glove. And that gave him the ability to turn into to become a Gundam robot. So, I mean, not a lot of people are going to understand the Gundam reference either. It's another anime.
Well, yeah, they use so many different.
Actually, Janet was Planet Doom.
Planet Doom.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a very popular video game. Early
Geekier, by the way.
Yeah, that was not only was it like on one of the earlier Nintendos or whatever and the other systems, but it also was
look, there's Hairman.
also an early PC game that you could buy on CD or disc. I think it was available on disc. It goes back.
Damn, Joe, I haven't seen you in forever, man. What the hell?
Yeah, really. Last time I saw you, you told me, you said, fuck you.
Yeah, I know, because you said you didn't know who I was. All right, let me take that off.
You need to check your messages, Tom. I sent you one a couple of days ago.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't check his messages too often.
Well, you might have sent it to me. You might have sent it to me.
A lot of this.
You might have sent it to me on a drunk night. I don't know. Oh, there was one night this week though that I was passing out like at 8 o'clock in this chair. I was just like I was watching The Sopranos. I
think that was the day I sent you the message.
You know the funny thing, Tom, a lot of these gamer type chairs are comfortable.
They are. Mine's really comfortable.
I mean, this one is comfortable, but like when I'm sitting here watching, like then I wake up with my head off to the side like this, and my neck is like
Well, see, I don't have an actual gamer chair. I have an office chair, but it's a really comfy chair.
Oh, this is a gamer chair, but it's not like the upper echelon of them, but it's
No, my actual gamer chair is downstairs with the other computer for the girlfriend to use.
Well, you should switch them up when she's not looking.
Hell no, this one's more comfortable actually. No, this one's a hell of a lot more comfortable. I can lean back in it. I can put my
I can lean. Well, I can't lean real back. I could. There's an adjustment on there where I could.
Yep. I got a headrest. I got a nice adjustable headrest on mine. I can actually lay here like that.
See, now you need to put like a vibrator under it so it massages your neck while you're.
I think there was an option of getting one that hooks to the back of the chair.
A vibrator.
To massage and heat pad.
I'm sure maybe your girlfriend has one you could just put on there and you'd be all right. No.
She don't need one.
That's what you don't see what goes on when you're not around.
Yeah, that's true.
She might go wild on that thing.
Never know.
Got an OnlyFans and all that, That's the second time I brought up OnlyFans today, by the way.
Anyway, fans. That's all you sell is fans.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen. Speaking of fans, and I mentioned it on the previous show I was on. I finally broke 2,000 subscribers on my channel, man.
Awesome. All right, now let's put Joe back on his track before we derail him.
All right, Ready Player One. There we go. My name is Wade.
Joe.
Whatever.
Come on. Wade Watts. He lives in the stacks.
My dad named me that because it sounded like the name of a superhero.
That's the other thing. They think that's going to be like the low income of 2045. That's about 21
prefab trailers stacked up on top of each other. They call it the stack.
With some kind of steel or iron thing holding them all up.
Well, I will say that I do believe that something like that will happen, but not in 20 years.
No, it's going to be sooner than that. We're on the precipice of that movie, really. I mean, when you think about it.
Well, you look at it this way. Right now we have Oculus, okay? And the Oculus is part of the Meta system. And the Meta system is Facebook. Facebook owns it and is running it. And you can already go into somewhat of a universe like that, but you don't have the whole feel and everything of it. So, I can see...
how do you know what it feels like?
I can see in the next possible 20, 25 years that we may actually have the ability to be in a full suit that has all the
that's going to happen a lot.
Yeah, the software.
They've already got the goggles for virtual reality.
That's what I said. That's what an Oculus
The
system is.
Oculus, yeah.
And with the way that they made PlayStation Home, for example, they've already been able to create worlds with
They can. I mean,
possibilities.
well, think about it this way, okay? Your PlayStation Home, that was kind of a basis MMO type of world.
Right.
That's kind of similar to Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead 2 or Oblivion or Skyrim, or The Witcher 3, stuff like that. Games like that, where it's like a full free reign, or the one that's out there now, it's No Man's Sky, where you can literally land on a planet, back out into space to another planet and do that again. It's like an unending, vast area that you can go through.
Well, but the software aspect of things is like escalating so much faster than anybody thought with the whole AI thing, because now AI can program. You just put in a prompt, tell it what you want, and
Yep.
it will program what you need. Now we just have to catch up on the hardware. So I think we're a lot closer to that than you think. I think before we get to 2030, we will be.
The AI still has some hiccups in it that need to be smoothed out.
Some.
And that's the scary thing, because with the hiccups that the AI have, that can be very, very dangerous to human society.
It could be.
Possibly, yeah.
But they have to have the 3 laws in place.
That's the robotic laws, Tom. That's not AI laws.
Well, they got to apply it to the AI.
They can interchange, but the robotic laws, Osimo's robotic laws should also apply to the AI systems.
Yeah, they should.
Well.
They definitely.
I agree with that, because they need to. We need to have that kind of a protection.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, we don't want another Skynet thing going on. You know what I mean? We don't. Come on. You don't want a Skynet. Come on, you know what I mean. Come on, get to the choppers.
But we
Come
all
with me if you want to leave.
We are getting to the point where people are going to be living in these worlds. Because when you think about it, how much of the population now lives online?
Yeah,
there is a lot.
98%, I'm going to guess.
So that's now. Imagine once somebody is able to actually build a world like the Oasis, everybody's going to merge right there, and now you have your whole world, your virtual world there, and we're going to be ignoring the real world that we live in.
Well, I'm not going to be ignored. Sorry.
Well,
Glenn Close.
This is the thing. This is the thing that's really going to start getting people more into going into the virtual world, is when you can actually start experiencing it more with the feeling of it. And
yeah, if you have that bodysuit,
and not just that. I mean, see, there's which one was that?
I mean, they could easily make that shit now. I would say. It would be really expensive.
I could see a possibility, and yeah, it would be expensive. Every technology that's brought out is expensive until it's out for a while, and then it starts, coming down in price, because
Joe's grabbing another Mountain Dew.
All right, actually.
Well, look at how computers, they started out. How much your first home computer cost you back in the day?
Quite a pretty penny.
It was like $3,000.
And nowadays, you can get a computer that is like 10 times better than that, maybe 100 times better than that.
Well, shit,
for
this
a lot
is better
less
than those
than,
computers.
well, yeah, the phones are a lot better than those computers back in the day.
Yeah.
And so for a couple $100 nowadays, you can buy a computer, basically. Yeah. And back then, just your basic computer was going to cost you over $1,000.
It's
Now you
amazing
could pay $300
how
and have a
from the
computer.
industrial age, and how long it took just to make that first computer, and then after that first computer, is like everything just exploded from there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, because back in the day, even before my time, the actual computer took up.
So we're talking the Stone Age now.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs
Mark's time. Mark's time. Prehistoric age. The computers took up an entire room, if not a couple of rooms. Plus, you had to have
our first rocket launches.
Well,
our first rocket launches. That's when the computers took up an entire room.
Right. And now we have more technology in this thing than they had.
Than you did in those rooms.
We carry it in the pocket.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Yeah, these things right now is taking up a whole house worth of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We do everything. That we live our lives in that thing.
Big computers that were only 25 megabytes.
Yep.
At most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And think of how slow that was, and how fast everything is now.
Yeah. What, we got we got 6G now?
When you first started going on the internet, it was like 1900 baud modems, dial up.
Yep.
Welcome. You've got
I can
mail.
still hear that dial-up tone.
Right. But just the dial. But think about this. One of the smallest files you can download is like a picture. Okay.
Yeah, just a single picture loaded in lines.
Yeah, but that picture, sometimes could take forever on a 1900 modem. You're talking maybe an hour or two just for a picture, not even a real photograph, just like cartoon type picture or something.
Right. And now we sit here and we play animated golf games.
And now you can you can get those. And you can get those pictures at like a snap, quicker than you can snap your fingers.
Yeah.
Well, you can get videos now that way. I remember the last year that I was on dial-up, I remember downloading a music album. 10 songs, about 150 megabytes. Took me 10 hours to download that.
Napster.
Yeah, email, eDonkey, those were all peer-to-peer file share.
Peer-to-peer file sharing. That meant that program you were using, that eDonkey, eMule, whatever you're using, would reach out over the internet to the different IP addresses and hit about 20, 30, 40, 100 of them at a time and pull portions of that file you wanted off of them and bring them together and put them together in your system.
Yep.
Yeah, it was faster than standard downloads.
Well, yeah, it was. Now, when we were talking about the suits and all that and the Oculus, there's a Bruce Willis movie that kind of explains some of that too. And it is a really interesting movie because everybody was shut-ins. Everybody in the world were pretty much shut-ins. And the movie was called Surrogates.
Didn't know we had Rugrats here.
Apparently I'm Tommy Pickles.
Yeah, he's Tommy Pickles.
Yeah.
But it was called Surrogates. Basically, everybody was living their life in an artificial body. And they were downloading themselves into this artificial body.
That's a way to live forever.
Yeah.
See, if I could download myself into an artificial body, it would look exactly like me, just without the belly. I'd have a six-pack.
You know what? I'd be the same way.
Yeah, I need a six-pack. I don't need the keg that I have. I need
and real quick for Jeremy here. That movie you were thinking about, Jeremy, Planet Terror.
Yeah, that's what Janet had said before. Now, you say this movie is called Surrogates?
Surrogates.
I do recall.
Okay, there it is. There it is. I found it.
But it's kind of similar to how all the big heavyset people were in WALL-E. Like,
Also, my apologies to Janet. I thought she was referencing the planet that they were on in the final fight in Player One.
Yeah, but he was also H was also, because when he was looking for H the first time, he says locate H, and H was on Planet Doom getting his kill on, or
getting
her kill on.
No. You didn't know. You didn't know that it was a her until later.
It still goes to a point that I made earlier tonight on the other podcast I was on, that because of the internet, it was easy to be anything and anybody you wanted to be and get away with it.
Now, in the present time, when somebody's looking for H, they're looking for something different. I'm just saying.
I get you.
It looks like someone here is a Highlander fan.
Yeah, that's Kate.
Who wants to live
forever? H had one of the best lines in the entire movie, and it was when the guy was admitting that he was falling in love with Artemis.
Yeah.
And H was saying, dude, the person that's actually there might be some 300-pound bald man living in his
mother's basement.
Hey, I resent that remark.
Chuck.
Named Chuck. Yeah, named Chuck.
It is also probably
my God, it's fucking Chucky
in the whole movie, because shit like that does happen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when the internet happened, like I was saying, because of the way things went, it opened the door for predators.
It really did.
And scam artists.
Where's this predator you speak of? I hunt him down.
But speaking of predators,
get to the top.
I like when after he got the first key in that movie, that as he was walking through, and he's like, she drags him off,
yes,
and she's Goro from Mortal Kombat.
Mark has to poop.
She does that, and then all of a sudden there's the alien reference, because she does and cuts herself out of it.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was like, oh wow, that's kind of cool. First it's Goro from Mortal Kombat, and now we got the alien.
Oh my God, it's fucking Chucky.
That was still my favorite part. It's nothing like playing a hot potato with a live Chucky doll.
Then the whole room goes red.
No, most of your Easter eggs though are going to be found in the final fight scenes. That's where most of the Easter eggs were.
I found quite a few.
There was a lot. There was a ton of Easter eggs throughout the movie. But I think in that final fight scene that's where a majority of them were.
And I don't think anybody's going to find them all. And I think that's the point. That's another point.
What the hell was the other movie where they had video games in it, but it was more comedy related? When they were talking about where they were cleaning up the trash, they were looking at Morrow and Holiday talking or whatever, and he was cleaning up trash. Holiday was cleaning up trash.
Holiday, yeah.
Yeah, Holiday was all right. When they zoomed in, he had a hat pin on his lapel. Do you know what it was?
This is Tom's World.
Yeah, you wish.
Bring up your banners, Joe. Tom, would it be Tron that you're thinking of?
No, it was like in the last 15 years. It was more comedy related.
Oh,
are you talking about Pixels?
Yes. That one was pretty cool too.
That one was. I agree. That was a very cool movie as well, because
had Pac-Man in there and shit.
Well, the whole thing is with that one's that one's storyline.
Answer my question first. Do you know what it was?
No, I don't.
I'd have to look again and see.
Simon, the game Simon.
Oh,
Where
Oh yeah, it was the Simon. It was red, blue,
circle
green, and yellow.
where it had the four colors. It was just a little tiny hat pin type thing right here. And
that was a great game for like the first 5 rounds, and then after that, it sucked.
Well, that's why they made
Why?
Bop
Because
It.
you couldn't keep up with it because it got too
Yeah.
fast for you.
That's why they made Bop It, man.
Right, bop it, twist it, pull it.
Or what's
Wait,
the word
don't
where
pull
you
it.
hit it with a hammer?
You sure you don't pull it?
I sometimes, you know.
I can't believe I think about Pixels because I love that movie too.
Oh, it was freaking awesome.
Yeah,
that
it
was an
a great
awesome movie too.
Yeah.
They
You
had
know,
that.
and
They had that dude from Game of Thrones in it.
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dinklage.
Yeah.
Call me an elf
Lannister.
one more time.
Lannister.
I dare you.
Yeah. Oh, look, an elf.
You feeling tough,
That
my
was-
friend? Come on.
Yeah. That was. Oh man.
Yeah,
But
can't think
I
about
want to know.
Arnold's love life.
Come
It's
on,
not-
you want to know my love life? You know.
Yeah, stuff that they have put out already. I'm thinking, I don't really want to know it. I don't need to know this stuff.
Onlyfans.com /
That's what you
Arnold.
call TMI.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Too much
Dom's calling me.
information.
I'll be right back.
But that's the problem when you live in a public life. Is nothing that you do is private anymore.
Right.
True.
But
All right, Joe, go ahead.
you know, this movie really takes you back in time. I don't know how they're going to top it, making a second one. I really don't. I'm interested to find out, especially if Spielberg's going to be behind it.
I would absolutely hope Spielberg would have a hand in it.
Because, you know, he's made a lot of great movies.
Yep.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I mean, there's not a bad one out there, but I can't say anything bad about this. I think eventually, you know, and I did it I'm not going to say it, but you know, the hardest thing you had to do in a video store is when they're promoting one movie up there, you end up watching it multiple times a day for weeks. Okay. So it's going to take me a while to break the record, but I think this movie is going to break that record about how many times I've watched it. Because every time I watch it, I find something new. You know, I mean, I love talking about the spoilers, but I don't want to watch the Easter eggs, but I don't want to watch this little spoiler video because it might show me something I haven't found yet.
Well, the thing is, when you think about a movie like this, and a lot of it is just simply visual, even for a split second, I don't know how many times I have seen this, and maybe half the time I have caught Freddy Krueger, and I know exactly where his spot is at.
Hi, John.
But a lot of these are just so blended into.
You're going to get us flagged.
Yeah,
No,
we get-
not.
hell,
There you go.
I just got a copyright strike on my personal YouTube page.
No, I won't because I didn't play it all the way.
But
No, I
anyway,
hope
yeah,
not.
you can probably watch this thing 1,000 times and still find something new every time.
You know,
We're not going to get flagged. We shouldn't get flagged for that because I didn't play it long enough.
I mean,
All I
it's
did
one
was played
thing,
it for an intro.
right? But it was one thing for playing the trailer for the movie. It's another thing. You
I
know,
get that.
You know, sometimes
Playing
even
music.
trailers still get flagged.
Yep.
right.
Sometimes
Sorry,
they
I
will
had
as
an
well.
incoming call.
But you know,
But no, every time you hear that now, every time you hear that on the radio, what is the thing that goes in your mind?
oh, every time that song comes on the radio nowadays, that's the first thing I think of is the intro to this movie.
What?
Mhm.
Jump.
Van Halen's Joe.
No, when I think of that, I just think of how much I love Van Halen and not Van Hagar.
Van Hagar. Yeah, I'll agree with that one.
I actually got to see Van Halen together back in 2007 when David Lee Roth first joined back with them and they did a tour. I saw them in Atlantic City and I was in my glory. I was in the very last row all the way up. I didn't even care. I'm like, God damn, I am witnessing history right here.
Yeah, they're a crazy bunch, man. I'll never forget. I didn't get to see them. I was too, obviously at this time I was a little too young to be going to concerts by myself, but I was
1906.
Yeah, I was running an errand going to a Kmart, and in the Kmart, this particular Kmart was also connected. The parking lot was connected to a hotel. So as you walk up, as I was walking up, because I was walking, there was a tour bus sitting there, right? And I figured out who it was real quick. But I get into Kmart.
They were on a budget. They were at the Kmart.
Oh no! I get up to the Kmart and I was there for about 3 hours just to get 2 items because there was a crowd of people.
A dildo and a condom.
All of Van Halen or whoever was on, all of them that were on that tour bus with Van Halen were in the Kmart. They took it over. They were having shopping cart races, and they took over one of the PA systems and were doing their own blue light specials.
Attention Kmart shoppers.
And there was like a crowd all around the outside of that Kmart. Cops were pulling up, and I'm like, they're racing up as I'm walking up to it.
There was Kmart cops?
No, well, cops, but the normal cops, smart ass.
I'm going to say we didn't have them here.
Sorry. I used to work at Kmart 20 years ago, and that was right there at the end where it was really going downhill.
Back when they had Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Was that before or after she became a convict?
After.
I thought that was before.
No, it was after.
Well, now she's
I worked there from 02 to 04. I thought she was convicted after that.
Well, she was. And the only reason I know is because I used to work for a company where the owner of the company was close friends with her, the Burpee Seed Company. His name was George Ball Jr., and he was close friends with her. And she did the same thing with him that she did with everybody else. She accumulated his product, put her name on it, and did not put his name on it at all, and sold it as her own shit. And that's how she got the Martha Stewart line. None of it was hers. It was all somebody else's.
I remember those times when we were putting up all of this Martha Stewart living, Martha Stewart this, Martha Stewart that. Damn.
Yeah. Enough. The comforter I have in my room had a Martha Stewart tag on it, and I got it as a present from somebody, my ex-girlfriend, way back in 2003, and I took the tag off. I said, "Look, it's not Martha Stewart anymore. It's back to whoever made it." Yeah. So I still use it, but other than that, I would never support her. No, despite the fact that she's good friends with Snoop Dogg and she smoked weed with him and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's funny.
How in the hell did that happen?
I'd like to know how that happened because it's an interesting story.
He was hitting that, no doubt, no fucking doubt. She was dignitized by Snoop Dogg.
Maybe that's the thing she learned in prison, huh?
Maybe
with all the women in there, She came out, and the first person she hung out with was Snoop. So she was like, "Yeah."
And then they released a cookbook together.
They did a lot of shit together.
Commercials.
Yeah, like in and out of public, they did a lot of shit together.
I personally like to keep my knowledge of Snoop and her as just a cookbook. I really don't want to know anything beyond that.
She got that Disney.
That sounds so bad. You know that?
It's funny though. Snoop Diggity Dog Disney.
Oh wow! I found a picture of Joe in when he was a kid.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
I have access to one.
Yeah, I
You
did.
put it in the Fear Fans
show you.
chat or whatever.
Yeah, I showed that for Kate.
Mhm.
She asked to see him. No, he's just trying to be a smart ass. See?
Wait, he was not a kid. He was a teenager. Come on.
So, he's a kid.
That just goes to prove my theory, though. See, I'm a vampire. I've been
That's
around
right.
forever. So,
Oh, hi, Joan. I just now saw that. It was like 10 minutes ago, but yeah.
so how many cars were in there from other places did you spot?
Oh, geez. There was a lot.
I mean, how many times did they
I mean,
do
we
the
know
race?
the obvious
They did the
one.
race- They did the race twice.
We know the obvious one. The DeLorean was there.
Well, yeah, that's the obvious one.
Bigfoot was there.
I already said the Mach 5 was
Mach
there.
5 was there.
Was the General Lee was there too,
I
right?
think I actually seen the Green Hornets car there. If I remember right. I think a Batmobile was there too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the early Batmobile from the Adam
Yeah.
West and Burt Ward car.
But wasn't the Michael Keaton Batmobile there too?
No,
No.
didn't see that one. And then Bigfoot from the NES game.
Well,
Yeah, I already
Bigfoot was a real
Bigfoot.
truck too.
Right, but they had it decorated like the cover of the Bigfoot NES cartridge, the 8-bit system.
Was the ice cream truck there from Twisted Metal too? I think it was.
I don't remember seeing that one.
I think
Again, I want to watch it again. This is just making me want to watch the damn thing again.
And I also believe I saw Racer X's car in there as well. The
I'm
yellow.
fairly
Mach.
certain the General Lee was there though.
Well, I am looking it up of what was in there.
Hi, Nikki.
Okay, DeLorean, Bigfoot monster truck, Kanita's bike from Akira, Batmobile 60
Akira.
version, Ford Interceptor from Mad Max 2. Christine was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
saw
right.
that.
Yeah, I vaguely remember seeing that one too.
The van from the A-Team was in there. The Mach 5 Formula One cars.
I ain't getting no plane, Hannibal.
I thought I saw somewhere where it said the car that James Dean died in was also in there.
Oh,
But
that would be the Porsche.
Wait, was the was Ecto 1 in there too?
it's not listed in here. No, I don't recall seeing that one.
That should have been in there. Come on.
Well, that was in the race, but you also had a lot of different things out in the on Planet Doom too during that fight.
Yeah,
There was a lot there too.
Well, I wish they would have explored more of those worlds that they showed. You know, when he was like Percival was giving
Well,
you.
there you go.
tour.
Maybe
he was in The
that could
Shining.
be number 2.
Well, he was giving you a tour of what you could do in the Oasis, and he's like, you can go in there, you can
And then when he
gamble,
goes in, he's explaining what the Oasis
you
is.
can go in there, you
worlds,
can
you know, stuff
gamble,
like that.
and you can
You
do
got
this.
world, top world, and all that stuff.
I mean, it was they had a real pleasure palace on there. I thought that was kind of funny. Up there. Well, it was. I thought at first it looked like a normal casino, but when he talks about it and you go closer, it's like, yeah, there's all the like naked women type thing outlines and and the X's and all of this.
Yeah,
and
well,
Oh yeah, when he was talking about that casino, the casino the size of a planet.
You can get married in there, and it's like, yeah, well, you can get divorced in there, I bet too.
I'm feeling a little
They
anxious,
got
if you know what I mean.
they got very close into showing the naked woman from The Shining in that movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old woman.
And they even had references to Minecraft on there because the Minecraft world.
I'm unfamiliar with that world. I've never done it.
Yeah, my ass.
Well, look, I would not have ever done it if it wasn't for Nick and Kate and Don. They're the ones that talked me into coming in.
Yeah, that's one I haven't done yet.
It's not that hard, really. I mean, within one game, you can supersede what Nick is at in that game. Because this boy dies like every 5 seconds in that game.
He does that in every single level you guys are on.
Wow.
You'll be off somewhere with Don and Kate, and then you hear, "Oh my God, bees! Oh my God, what is going on?"
How he still has a voice is beyond me. As much as that boy screams, I had no idea he had a set of lungs on him like that.
You just got to watch our Gothic games.
So you play that on Steam as well?
No, Minecraft I had to download on its own because Don plays on his game console, and there's only one version of Minecraft that you can get. It's called Bedrock, that goes across the different platforms, like the game consoles, the computers, and stuff like that. But it's just using your mouse and the WASD keys to move around. And then there's a couple other keys.
I was just curious because I've got game consoles and I've seen it on the store in the one. So
yeah,
because
you could easily
because I've got the Xbox One.
I have the 360 somewhere.
Oh, I have that too.
It's somewhere in my closet over here.
I also have the original Xbox still.
Oh, fuck that. I have my PS2. It's also somewhere here in my closet.
PS2, PS3.
Yeah, I never got it.
PS1. I got the Dreamcast. I've got a Wii.
I had the Dreamcast.
Then get up and go.
You're funny.
Hey, I got a Wii, man.
I used to have all of them because I had the Sega Genesis and I had the Master System plug-in adapter.
Wait, you ready?
I had the Master System adapter for the original Sega Genesis console. Yeah, but that's one of those ones you just plug in your TV and it's got 81 games in it. Yeah. I'm talking.
My son got that for me. I still have my Sega. The only problem is I can't connect it to the TV. I don't have the right adapter for it.
You have to travel back.
Look on Amazon. You can find one.
Yeah. What I would love to get is one of those little flash drives that's got like 20,000 games on it. I'd like to get one of those, but I keep reading up that it's actually illegal to buy one of those.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, see? That's the other thing. We'd probably get in trouble for selling your handy little device over there, Mark.
What?
Mark's got.
I'm not selling shit.
No,
what are you talking about?
We talked about it once. Mark. I want one though. Eventually, Mark took a what was it? A mini computer? Just a small mini. Anyway,
I took a mini computer and I took some free programming off of the internet and I made a gaming out of it. Retro gaming.
And how many games are on there across how many different systems?
I don't know. I'd have to look again.
Oh, my boss is such a pain in the ass. He's texting me 4 hours after I'm done work about tomorrow.
Really?
Asking me to bring back the big ass trailer that we have over there I've never driven with that trailer, and he's telling me to drive with it. with the big F-350 that we have. Oh my God!
Is it a standard hitch or is it the?
Yeah, it's a ball hitch on the truck, but it's just I don't know why we got to bring it back tomorrow. Why? He's already given me a full day's worth of work to do for tomorrow, and now he's adding to it. He drives me insane. He really does. I can't.
Well, join the club. We're already there.
Oh, well, yeah, we are in the insane asylum.
We're trying to go beyond insane these days. I'm still waiting for that stray jacket that I ordered for Mark, but it hasn't arrived yet.
Oh, custom
that
fit.
was for you.
Custom fit, so you know.
Yeah.
You ordered, Joe. You know I need extra large. You ordered a freaking small or medium or something. That's for you. Yeah, laugh, but it is. It's for you. You ordered too small. You're gonna have to wear it.
So what was your favorite parts of this movie? No, we've been off track a while. Let's get back on track.
I feel like we're on Fear Fans, like where it's me that's like making everybody go off topic, and then Don is just like yeah. So anyway, this movie.
You got a 2-hour show and you spend 25 minutes talking about the actual movie.
When I'm on there, yeah, I can't help it.
And that's probably being generous too.
I can't help it. It's what I do.
Yeah, I tell you, you're crazy people.
My squirrel moments, you know.
Favorite part about this movie? I'm not sure I can narrow it down to just one because there are so many great parts of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the whole Stephen King one is going to be a favorite for me.
Well,
but there are other things where it just goes real subtle, where it talks about the whole very first Easter egg, and that is not about winning the game; it's about finding that
bees.
And there's just there were a lot of hidden important messages embedded into the whole movie.
Darren's here.
I cannot narrow it down to just one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah, it's really hard to really narrow it down to just one particular part of the movie.
I think the part that excited me the most was actually in the trailer. Like they showed everything, and then you did see the DeLorean at one part, but then at the very end, you heard that Back to the Future music. That like that part excited me the most. I was like, oh my God, Back to the Future.
See, first off, sorry I'm late, by the way. I was actually on the phone with, first I was still talking with Wayne in the background, and then after that I had to call
I had to duck out.
Yeah, no, I had to call Lois next. But anyways.
And now, Nick, since you're all on here, you do not have an excuse to be late for the next show.
That's right. That's right.
It's player number one, Darren.
Ready
Player One.
Have you seen
it? I was
Darren?
going to say, I guess the part that must have really got me, you know, when it came to Ready Player One, because Don, he recently introduced it to me a couple of weeks ago. I saw it for the first time a few weeks ago. I think it must have been because obviously you guys know I'm also a huge Godzilla fan, is when they introduced Mecha Godzilla. But not only that, also with the Iron Giant, I was like, oh, is he going to fight Mega Godzilla? Like, I thought that was just awesome.
Got to find him.
Don said his favorite part was when he saw Chucky. He just showed up out of
It's fucking Chucky.
Yeah, I love that. I love that part. And then he had
that was awesome. I regret still to this day of seeing it in theaters because I actually was helping when it first came out. I was with Tom McNicholas, and we were helping out with the film festival at a theater down in Peoria, Illinois, in the central part of the state. And because we were helping out with this festival, which unfortunately was a failure, still, we had free access to see any movies we wanted to. And to this day, I regret that I didn't have a chance to see Ready Player One in the theater, but I would have loved to have heard those reactions too.
I saw it on cable. So.
Well, you'll have an opportunity to see Ready Player 2 in theater.
That's correct. Yeah.
Man.
Well, don't feel alone, Nick. I didn't see it either. I didn't even think about seeing it right away until
No, I thought it
Well,
kind of looked hokey the way they were advertising it at first. I went, nah, this looks stupid.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's actually the same way, honestly, I kind of felt too. I mean, today I regret seeing it in the theater, but looking, when it first came out, I didn't really think too much of it.
And then you realize that Steven Spielberg was the one who directed this.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that at the time. I watched the previews and like Tom said, it kind of looked hokey. And then all of a sudden, Mark kept bugging me for like ever because it showed up on one of those streaming services, and he knew it was on that streaming service, and he says, "You got no excuse to watch it." Blah, blah, blah.
I have it on Vudu.
Well, now it's currently on Netflix.
But then it was on. I think it was on what was called HBO back then when you said that.
Actually, yes, HBO.
I do not believe
now
you,
Max, but
I do not. No, I'm sorry. I don't believe Darren.
I was going to say that. I saw that too. That can't be true.
I do not believe it. I do not believe it. It's not going to happen. What are they going to have? Like,
I know they've done like reunions, but they've never made another Back to the Future movie.
Doc, you can't. I'm sorry. That's wrong, and it's.
You can't recast it because if you do, that's going to suck.
He can't control.
Okay, Darren, where the hell did you see that at?
You want if it's Robert Downey Jr. and some other fly-by-night guy, that's fake.
Like, I mean, Michael J. Fox, he can't control his shaking at this point, so it's like he can't.
Michael J. He has Parkinson's, and it's an advanced stage.
It's really, really bad right now.
Right.
It's advanced stage Parkinson's.
He don't even make TV appearances too often.
No, he doesn't.
I mean,
last
he does
time that I've ever
conventions
seen
from time to time.
I'll tell you, Darren. Don't believe everything you find on Facebook and Twitter and all that shit, because there's a lot of fake shit out there.
Around.
See, the last time that I really seen Michael J. Fox in anything, and it was probably about almost 10 years ago now. Undoubtedly, like I just said, it was during. I don't remember what show it was on. It was
I've just seen
it was one of the. It was like one of the reunion.
Yeah, I seen him recently, and
in the last year.
He's really bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say with Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox, they walk out, in 2015. They're like, it's supposed to be the future, right, or something like that. That was the last time I've ever seen Michael J. Fox in anything.
Marty.
Yeah.
That's my Christopher Lloyd. That's the face.
Marty. But another thing too about Ready Player One is going back to that. I mean, and Don has been telling me, he said this has been a movie he's been watching countless times because there's like so many Easter eggs.
Yeah, you'll never see them all in one viewing.
No, you don't.
You need to watch this. If you want to catch all the Easter eggs, you really got to intently watch this movie from the beginning to the end. I would say at least 6 times.
And speaking of the Back to the Future,
and I guarantee you probably will miss some even after that.
We all know what 2 cartoon characters were spawned in recognition of Doc and Marty. Right, Nick?
Rick and Morty.
Yeah. What's this joke?
I mean, you know what? I mean, listen.
That's right. That's right.
You don't understand what 2 characters were made in the form of Doc and Marty. You know what, Rick? I mean, I don't really think we were based on Marty and Doc. You know what, Morty? Or you don't even know what you're talking about. I mean, you're like the 5th Morty I've had today. I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm surprised they weren't in it.
I mean, they should be. They should be in like the second one, Ready Player 2.
You never know, Ready Player 2.
You know what? We already are. Yeah, you just don't know it because you're too dumb. It was another Morty that I did that with because I couldn't take you because you're too much of a pussy. I mean, I'm just saying.
Are they saying what era Ready Player 2 is going to be in?
They haven't really said much from what I remember hearing. I just know that Ready Player 2 is just in development.
It's going to be, you know what? It's going to be in 2020 when COVID was going on, and
oh, they're not going to go backwards.
No, there's no way.
All right, so it's in 2030 when COVID 2 comes around. I mean,
Sure, it's not Cronenberg's.
It's the Cronenberg.
According
virus.
to the book of Ready Player 2, is set a few years after the events of the first one.
Oh, okay.
Even though everybody else is aged like 10 years. It's like Stranger Things, you know.
Yeah.
It's the next year, but everybody aged 5 years.
Yeah, because this movie came out in 2018.
Yep.
So it'll probably be along the same timeline as the books, what this movie is.
I could see it maybe coming out because since the first one took place in 2045, I'm going to assume probably would take place like, let's say if it's taking a few years afterwards, I could assume probably next is 2050.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a comment about a new Back to the Future movie. I don't know where you're getting that information.
You might want to get a Kleenex. I think you.
I don't know where that came from.
There was a fan made thing where they put together parts from different
There's
stuff. And
two
it looks
popular Facebook groups or whatever. There's two of them. One goes like Yoda something or other, and the other one I can't remember what the other one is. But they constantly put out these sequel type real looking posters coming soon, blah blah blah, being released in 2025 or coming the summer of 2024 or whatever, and they're all fake.
They did the same thing with Beetlejuice 2 for how many years?
For several years.
Yeah, but
and they actually made it because of the.
They've been wanting to make Beetlejuice 2 for a long time.
Yeah, they were going to make a second one. They were going to make a second one right after the first one. After the first one came out in 1988.
And I got to say, from just the trailers, as much as I love Beetlejuice, I'm not impressed. Really,
well,
I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it so bad, but I'm not impressed.
Sequels aren't always a good thing, and in this case,
especially when you have 20 some years between them.
Yeah, I think they waited too long to do this one.
Well,
but
Michael Keaton's old now.
I'm a big Michael Keaton fan, and yeah, they should have done it when he was like, still in his prime, and we could really put that, the Beetlejuice into that character.
Well, and that's also the same thing for another movie that's also the same for another movie, which Darren just brought up, is that new Twister movie that's coming out, which I know it's a standalone film, like it doesn't really have any connections with the first movie.
Isn't one of the main characters dead?
Yeah, that's the thing too. They also said that. Well, no, I'm not just talking about some of the actors have actually died over these years. They even said, I mean, it's not even a spoiler anymore. They're even saying like originally they said Helen Hunt's character was also said to have died too. Sometime during the movie.
They don't have a cow. If they don't have a cow flying off in a tornado, then I don't even want to see it.
Well, no, the point I'm getting is that when I saw that,
I think it was.
Now this time, Tom, is going to be a shark.
Sharknado. That would actually be hilarious if they did that. But what I was going to say was about this new Twisters movie that's coming out. The difference also between that one and the original is like in the original it had all these big names. Everybody that's in this new one, there's like one that I've seen before, but everyone else, I look at these actors, I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are except for one actor, and that's
it. You know what? Isn't getting old fun?
What they should have done when they make this new Twisters movies, they should have put Nicolas Cage in there. And the only reason I'm mentioning him is because I know Kate hates him, so I'm going to So
why does Cage hate Nicolas Cage? Nicolas Cage is a good actor.
They'd be like, oh my God, there's
Oh my God! I mean, he's just being just like a typical actor. See, I can't voice Nicolas Cage.
No,
too
I
well.
can't do Nicolas.
Don sure can.
Don can. I wish Don was
You
on
know
so
what?
he could do that.
You know what? They should have Billy Bob Thornton in there as his character from Sling Blade. That would be.
Yeah.
I think-
There's our tornado.
Yeah, there's a tornado over there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, look at that twister over there.
I could go for some chicken leg or two, or I could have some of them French fry potatoes.
Kate says she does with a passion. It's because he always has this. He's always the same person. He can't. Well, Kate's kind of right about that. He's
Well,
always
you know
the
what?
same.
They could have Nicolas Cage and Billy Bob Thornton in there as Sling.
I can't help but notice every time you do a role, you're always the same character.
Well, you know who started all of that?
So who becomes the bad guy in that one?
Hey, wait, you know who started that bad acting and making it something?
Ryan Reynolds.
Wait, no, it goes back to Shatner.
Yeah.
There's
Shatner.
something on the wing. Something.
Also, his face annoys me. That just gave Kate. That just gave me an idea.
Kate is getting personal now.
Yes, she is.
Listen, you don't want to get on Kate's bad side. When she stops asking you random questions about which color you like or which movie you like better, right? You don't want to do it.
Oh, you know what? What Darren said. If Chris Farley was still, I know there was talks that he was originally supposed to do the voice of Shrek in that movie.
There's actually footage, like
isn't it
not
audio
only
footage?
audio, but like still drawings of what Shrek was supposed to look like when he voiced it. That you can find on YouTube. I mean, but there is also audio of him as Shrek. Like, I mean, it's weird.
I can imagine that because Mike Myers did such a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Well, he put the Scottish accent on it, which Chris Farley did not. Chris Farley, his Shrek was different. You know, I mean, he talked like this. You know, I think it was. Well, that sounded more like Rick, but
I was going to say something more like Rick.
Could you imagine it?
You know what? Get out of my swamp.
I can't imagine the look of Shrek because
it was totally different. It looked more like Chris Farley than it did.
They
what
would
it ended
have
up.
the face of Shrek would have been different. I mean, think about it. And when you looked at that donkey, you didn't know it was Eddie Murphy. I mean,
Yeah, I knew it was him.
Donkey has got the exact same smile as Eddie Murphy does.
Right. They try to put, some recognizable traits into the cartoon character, the animated character that you're voicing.
I'll tell you what, Eddie Murphy was having fun doing that one.
Yeah, you can tell he was.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you what.
I'll
I'm
tell you
gonna.
what.
Yo, Dom's here.
Hey, Dom.
I'm gonna put up a picture here for you to put up. Whoever's in control, but this is what the Chris Farley Shrek was supposed to look like.
I've never seen this, so this is my first time seeing this. Oh my God!
It does look like Chris Farley.
God, it does, but he's actually scary looking.
And he lives in a van down by the river.
Horrible.
His name is Shrek. He is 35 years old. He's divorced, and he lives in a van down by the river.
That version of Shrek is terrifying.
He looks nothing like the French Angel.
No, he doesn't. That's gonna give me nightmares.
Kate, I think he married a dragon, didn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I'm really glad that one did not happen.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Kate on that.
Alone would have changed the entire dynamic of the films.
Especially if Eddie Murphy was still Donkey. I mean,
Yeah. Kate, I sent you something in the chat, by the way, you may want to check out.
So apparently, I in the beginning of this, I left because Dom had called me. So we probably will be doing a community chat at some point tonight. So if anybody wanted to join,
yeah,
we'll put it out there. We're no longer calling it community chat. We're going to call it the porch.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So I have to make a new graphic for it
I
before
still
we do
think
it.
we should have called it deck, but you know, that way we
Should have called it what?
The deck. Remember?
The
Because we
deck.
had
Well,
fun with it.
The deck is out back. The porch is in front.
Yeah, but still.
You hang out on the porch. But if you're here in Philly, we call it the stoop.
Now I'll tell you what, the deck is
I'll
more
tell you
better
what.
than the porch.
Yeah.
Because the deck has a lot of more propane. I'm just saying. Wait, I said a lot of more. I combined like an Italian accent with Hank Hill. I don't know how I did that. We got a lot of more. Let's go.
I love Kate's reaction.
That's
something I said to her.
Did anybody see a sign of Mario in this movie?
Yeah, I remember seeing Mario. Yeah.
Sonic was in it.
I basically was thinking to myself when I saw him, like, why am I not surprised that they added him?
Well,
wait, was Sonic in there too?
Yep.
I think he was, yeah.
Well, I know what was the system Young Halliday was playing.
In the final scenes when
right after he got the
when
egg,
he finally was there getting the final Easter egg.
Right.
What system? This is a good question. What system was Young Halliday playing?
Well, it was either ColecoVision or Intellivision.
Nope, it wasn't in television.
Well, then it must have been ColecoVision.
It was a ColecoVision, and not only that, I do believe it had the Atari adapter attached to it.
I don't know. I keep forgetting to look when it gets to that part.
Because you're so enthralled in everything else.
Well, yeah, because, like I said, he was wearing that. I mean, some of them are so subtle, you wouldn't recognize it. Like I said, in that one scene where he's picking up the garbage and they're talking and stuff, so that Artemis or Percival gets, it hits him what the clue is, because it's like, I wish we could go backwards really, really, really fast, And
wish we could go back really fast.
Right. And in that scene, they show on Halliday's, thing, that little hat pin of Simon, the game, Simon. And not a lot of people would have recognized that one because it's just so subtle. It's a tiny little thing. It's like going and the other one, I really loved how they portrayed the Stephen King thing.
Yeah.
What was that?
What the hell was that?
It wasn't me for a change.
I was going to say that wasn't you. I knew that.
Unless I'm a ventriloquist. I mean,
well, to be fair, it did sound like it could have come from you.
It did.
Yeah, you're usually the one who burped a lot.
But it was weird because I heard it and I know I didn't do it. So it was kind of threw me for a loop a little bit there.
Yeah, it threw me off.
Is
did I do that?
On a website they should not be on right now?
only burps.
This
is Tom's World. Only burps.
I was gonna say, is that a Pornhub now? That's all these burps.
Why am I always the mastermind?
I feel like we were in a game right now. Mark would be your companion. I would be a friend you'd say from Jeremy, who would be the mastermind, and Tom would be the wizard you take from Joe, who would be the final boss battle.
It's the final countdown.
No, if you want the final boss, you want to get Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right, because his last name is Johnson.
Did you guys know? Not to go to a different movie, but I'm just going to throw this out quick since you mentioned Dwayne Johnson, Jeremy. I know it was like 2 years ago when, again, another movie that took several years to make. When they made that new Space Jam movie with LeBron James, they're now considering about making a third movie and considering having Dwayne Johnson in it, and also switching from going from basketball to wrestling in this case.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh no! That would not.
You tell them.
That would run it.
Space Jam's what?
That's
Space Jam is basketball.
That would run it.
The wrestling that they would basically have to give it a new name, make it a spin-off.
Yeah, it couldn't be Space Jam. It would have to be something else.
Yeah, and it couldn't change. You can't take the basketball out of it. It's always been about basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it says here.
LeBron James.
All it says here right now is that Lee has expressed interest in making a third Space Jam film with Dwayne Johnson as the lead. And yeah, it says unfortunately focusing on wrestling instead of basketball.
Nope.
Some animated character with an eyebrow up.
Then you better just forget about making it a sequel and call it something else.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Because Space Jam's all about basketball, and everybody's going to associate the movie Space Jam with basketball.
Yeah. That's what I've always looked at as basketball, and I always will.
The only possible way that they would be able to do anything like that and actually make it make sense is if they had somebody like Dennis Rodman or Karl Malone, who actually did do a couple of wrestling matches and somehow integrate it that way. But no, absolutely not.
I mean, you can't do things like that.
Like make a full change like that. Then you're taking away what the. I mean, even though the sequel didn't do as good as the original one did, still you're taking away the original meaning of what those two movies were supposed to be all about, and that's supposed to be basketball.
That's like make Rock do basketball. The hell with fucking wrestling.
Yeah, no, really.
I mean, you can't make it football. You can't make it baseball. It's always been basketball.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't change that because everybody's going to think Space Jam and immediately Looney Tunes and basketball.
Yep.
You know, you can't take either one of those elements out of it.
No, you can't.
Otherwise, it's not going to be Space Jam.
Right.
Although the one addition they did with the sequel, though, is it wasn't only just Looney Tunes. They actually even added, again, kind of like a Roger Rabbit kind of way. For the first time, they actually added Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters to it, too.
We the people are shutting that shit down.
No, not the third one. I'm saying that the sequel that was made.
I'm
not the
talking
one that Dwayne Johnson's supposed to be on.
Doing. We shutting that down. No.
Oh.
See, I can get pretty vocal about certain things now.
I know you can.
Didn't they have like something, if I remember right, in Saturday morning cartoons where there was something where it was like Hanna-Barbera and what one of the other big ones at the time had like a show where they were like some kind of, and it was called Wacky Races or something. Wasn't that two major animation people back then joining forces?
Wacky Races?
Wacky Racers or Wacky Races. I could have swore there was more from both. I think it was a Hanna-Barbera thing.
Well, they also
Hanna-Barbera Wacky Races back in 1968.
1968. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you also have to remember too. I mean, they were known to sometimes do, like you said, they were known to do some crossovers with some of the other companies, and when we talked like the other night about like Cartoon Network, when it first started, they did a lot of crossovers like that.
Well, it depends on how you got to do it. I mean, I swear, and sometimes when they did those wacky races, you would see not so recognizable, but you'd maybe have Daffy Duck there, just like one from Looney Tunes or one or
That's ludicrous.
So, but then you had the Flintstones, and they had all these things like you had the Addams Family on there, the Munsters.
Wait, are you talking about the old Hanna-Barbera, like Laugh Olympics and shit like that?
Laugh Olympics was another one.
Yeah.
He's talking about wacky races.
Oh.
Speaking of what Janet just said, I am going to have to run. We've got a half hour before the next show, and I'm thinking supper in between.
If I could just say one thing
I don't
before
know
you
how
get
much
off.
of a buffer I got with freaking BB3.
You better not be late, Nick, because I know
Nick is perpetually late. Always. No matter what the show is.
Well, tonight he won't be. He's going to be in the studio.
Yes, I will. I just got to say one thing before you get off, Jeremy, because I forgot to mention one more thing about Ready Player One. I need to know your personal opinion on this, and it's another awesome part. So, how about that scene with The Shining in it? I mean, holy cow! I was not expecting that whole thing with the Overlook Hotel.
That's what I was mentioning when they was asking about your favorite part. I did bring up Shining simply because of the Stephen King, but the whole movie, to me, this show is right up there on the same level as Back to the Future. It is about as perfect as you can get.
Definitely.
All work and no play makes Pickled Nick a dull boy.
I still done without that.
All work and no play makes
Well,
Pickled
what
Nick
if you
a
say it the other way? Nickel pick.
Nickel pick.
Look at this photograph.
I thought it was all work and no play make Homer something.
Oh yeah,
go crazy. Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do.
All work and no play make Homer something.
Let's go.
Go crazy. Don't mind if I do.
That's one of my favorite ones in Treehouse of Horror.
I'll see you guys later.
I'll see you in a half hour, Jeremy.
All right, bye.
I won't be late.
Yeah, later, Jeremy.
All right, he's gone. Ow.
What did you do to yourself now, Tom?
Well, a little bit of an ash from my cigarette just went on my bare leg.
Oh.
Well, I'm not used to wearing shorts. I always wear jeans. I
always
work
wearing
outside,
shorts.
so I'm always wearing jeans. Look. I work outside.
Is that your uniform? This is Tom's World.
Boy, he pulls that up, and it's like, boy, you are a true white boy, aren't you? Look how white he is.
Look, this is the German side. This is the Irish side.
Wow.
German, Irish.
See, this is actually. I'm still
then my
wearing a
legs
hoodie.
No, I'm more German than anything. So.
No, I'm
See,
more
I'm
Irish.
actually wearing, as you guys can see, I'm still wearing a hoodie. But you know what? It's my very
hoodie.
I go
You're
through
always
the,
black and white.
You're wearing a hoodie. Is it a hoodie and a blowfish?
Nick Hoodie
I
and
was
the
gonna say I've been these last couple of weeks. I always try to wear all my like warm clothing, like sweaters and stuff like that, at least
Can't
twice.
do it here.
And see, no, I wear the sweaters, then I wear
I have
like
my
these
hair
long
on.
polo shirts that are like sweaters too. And then finally, last thing I wear are jackets and hoodies. And this is the very last one. So starting tomorrow, I make the official transition from wearing, over the top type of clothing to just like a shirt or something like that. Corn.
We should all get a cockroach background and.
No, don't give him ideas. Big ol' Rick.
I mean, I turn myself into a pickle because I'm pickle.
You know what? How awesome would it be when they make Ready Player 2, not only to have Rick and Morty in it, but also eventually have like Pickle Rick somehow featured in it.
That would be great.
Oh, that'd be the happiest day of my life if I saw that.
Oh,
You got. Whoa, jeez, what the hell?
That's Chaos.
Chaos?
You don't remember Chaos?
Oh, yeah. What am I saying?
Chaos Unright?
Yeah, I remember Chaos.
He's still around, you know.
I was gonna say, whatever happened to him?
He talks. Look, this is a playground in a graveyard. I called this picture where the dead play.
So
this is the best picture right here.
Of course, this is Tom's World.
He's got over 2,000 subscribers, you know. I'm just saying.
That's right.
He's a big deal.
You know, that's a real place too, you know.
Tom's World?
Oh, you're in his fudge factory.
Actually, you know what? That brings up another place that we have, which is
best
further
fudge
down.
comes from Uranus.
Well, actually,
that's what
that
she
brings
said.
up another crazy name place that I got to tell you guys about. It's actually another. Sorry, I lost my word of thought there. It's actually it's a bakery down further south. I think it's only about like an hour or two away from me, but it has one of the craziest names for a bakery. They actually call it Two Girls and a Cupcake.
Oh no! No! Oh,
it's a real bakery.
Oh man!
Can you imagine if that cupcake had chocolate icing on it? Oh my god!
Yeah, it's let me see where
I can't.
Yeah, it's up in North Utica.
We all had that one friend that just had to show us that video to get our reaction. I will never eat soft serve chocolate ice cream ever again. Ever.
So that's him.
Are you sure?
Yep. Every time he knew I was coming over to his house, the son of a bitch would be down in his basement on Consumption Junction, and he'd have some god awful video playing, and it'd be one of those ones that once you see it, you can't unsee it.
You know it?
That's right.
I'm trying to control my gag reflex right now.
You know it?
Tron, isn't it?
That's the from Tron Legacy. That's the new light cycles. You know they were actually going to make a third Tron movie.
A third?
They
Tron?
are. Yeah, there's another one coming out, and it's going to have.
I hope that they actually do.
Have
but
Jeff
everything I
Bridges in
read,
it.
everything I've read so far said that it was on the slate to be done, but
It's
it
supposed
got
to be coming
chopped.
out.
And
No.
I read that it got chopped.
They should
because
do another
Tron
one.
Legacy didn't go as well as they thought it would.
Oh my god, I'm still gagging on that.
But I
Two Girls,
absolutely
One
love
Cup.
Tron, and Tron Legacy was a really good continuation of it.
I can't get past it. I'm seeing it in my head over and over and over again.
I can't believe you're actually. That's
Two girls and a cupcake.
I can just imagine if like Tom actually ate one of those cupcakes.
Nick, you're gonna have to remember this now because you got some ammunition when you bring up the roaches.
What are you talking about?
Well,
now
when
it makes sense why he wants poop on top of his head. Yeah.
When Tom starts bringing up roaches or something, you can bring up the two girls and a cupcake.
Yeah. Now I'm finally discovering everyone's weaknesses.
Yeah, long after we
Well,
discovered
You learned it here first on Retro Review.
See, pretty sure the only reason Tom can't get it out of his head is because he was probably uncertain about it when he typed in 2 girls in a cup.
No. I can tell you right now, I never personally searched it. It was somebody that brought it up and showed it to me. I'm like, oh my god, no!
That's
You gotta turn it off. Stop. I was good with that video.
I know about that crap.
Oh, there you go. I was good with that video for like the first 5 minutes, and then after that, I went, "Oh no! Oh my God! No! Stop!"
The only reason I even known about it is because someone told me about it. I've never seen it, and I don't ever plan to.
I have not. You know what, Mark? I'm with you on that. I have never seen it. I never will.
I'm telling you, it looks like soft serve chocolate ice cream coming out, and they put it in an ice cream cone.
I have seen that.
Wait a minute! It was a cup. It says 2 girls in a cup, not 2 girls in a cone.
Wow.
I mean,
maybe they did both.
I've never seen the video. I have seen that Family Guy skit when Brian shows it to Stewie.
Yeah, you would have the same reaction that Stewie had. I guarantee you.
Right here, guys. This is the actual bakery.
I would never order anything from there ever. Oh my god!
Oh man,
that's horrible.
That is just too good.
So it's something as bad as this. Hold on.
Kate says there was a guy making fairy lights out of cicada shells. That's right. I remember.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on here.
I'm still fucking gagging.
Oh my god! What?
Listen, I see this on a weekly basis because I do have a red-haired goddess. I'm just saying.
Oh, you see this on a regular? So you do this with your red-headed goddess? Is that what you're saying?
Hey. You know.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I'm just saying.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I did not just spill beer on my
I'll
shirt.
tell you what.
Despite what you saw.
I'll tell you what.
Now I'll tell you what.
Hey,
I just sell propane and propane
No.
accessories.
What you should do is go down to 2 girls in a cupcake, order one of them while you're high on propane.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no. I could not be high enough. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Oh, he's right there above you.
See?
He's above you on the screen.
It's still, the gag reflex is still happening.
That's funny.
I vividly remember that video that I saw for 2 seconds.
I would be so sore just from laughing.
Wait. That makes me wonder, the video or the bakery?
No, the video. I saw all of about 2 seconds of that soft serve nastiness. That was all. I didn't need to see any more. No. Cool. But I can't. Oh no.
You okay?
Yeah, man.
I thought you were vomiting or something.
No, I felt like I was No. I can't. Oh my god! So now I got to look that up.
He's over there.
I got to look that up as a Gothic course. 2 girls, 1.
Wait, you're gonna watch the video? That's brave of you.
No, I got to look it up as a Gothic course.
Imagine a Gothic course of that. Another one. That one was.
we also know what to do when he's winning too.
Well, that depends on how many beers I've had at that point. I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, I can ignore it. You know, if I get drunk enough, I'll be like, I don't fucking care. You say whatever fuck you want. I'm still winning. Look at me. Yeah.
Another bad one was Jackass, the volcano. I've rarely watched Jackass.
Oh, and by the way, I did download a bunch of hole-in-one courses, and I played some of them. You know, because I'm trying to get the damn poop hat with the corn in. Huh?
He needs to practice.
I don't need practice.
Yeah, you
I'm
do.
better than all you motherfuckers on there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Go back and watch the first one that I joined.
No, well, we ain't gonna watch the first one because I was really drunk.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Well, even Nick was doing better than you that day.
I know. That's how bad I was drunk. But yeah, I've been downloading some more, and we'll get some going. Like I think I downloaded like 4 hole-in-one courses, and I was playing them. What was it, Sunday or Monday? I think it was Monday.
They worked this time.
Yeah. What? No, I'm not. That's another reason why I play them, to make sure they do work, because I don't want to go through another pickle place thing. No matter how many times I play that, the second hit never works.
Well, see, I tell him, but he's like you though. He has to get up early in the morning, like super early. Mark.
Well,
I get up at stupid o'clock.
Mark's the type of person that son of a bitch has played golf in real life, not just mini golf, real golf. So he'd get in
pickle power be with you.
It would be loads of fun, but he has to get up super early.
Wow. I mean, I get up at 5:30 in the morning.
There's times I'm up at 2.
I was just about to say, like, look at. I'm not trying to say this in a bad way, but I mean, look at even because every time when we finish Fear Fans, Don, he's got to get to sleep early because sometimes he's got to get.
I know, and he like ducks out.
He's got to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Listen, when we end Fear Fans, it's like 10 something for you guys.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, "Oh, I got to get up at 5:30." I'm like, "Dude, I got to get up at 5:30, and I'm an hour ahead of you. What are you talking about? You got to duck out." And I'm older than you by like 10 years at least.
Yeah, I know. I tell you, when I was their age, and Mark will agree with me on this, we had the stamina where we could pull all-nighters. Hell, Mark, when I met Mark, I was still in my 30s when I met Mark, and we were like
over 20 years ago.
So I have to ask. So you and Mark pulled all-nighters together?
We played video games for 24 hours straight.
Oh, well, that's different. Well,
no, what I was going to say, well, you have to remember
like
too.
Call of Duty, or we'd be playing Call of Duty, or
so you guys played Duty
racing game, or
you guys were up playing all-nighters, playing Duty.
We also have to remember too, like Don, he works. You also have to remember too, Don. He works at a warehouse. It involves trucks and stuff like that. So it's also
I work at a park. Where I'm a part of maintenance, and I
that's a park, not a warehouse. That's a park, though, not a warehouse.
2 different parks. And I'm going back and forth with a Ford F-350, dumping stones and doing this and doing that and hauling shit. And then listen, I don't want to hear it. I do a lot of shit, man.
Well, think about it. These younger kids don't seem to have the stamina we did when we were younger.
I still have it, damn it. Don't tell me what I used to have. I
pulled a 72-hour shift straight through with no breaks.
You pulled it.
Well, the breaks were like driving from one location to the other, but wasn't.
We don't want to hear about all the things you pulled.
Have another beer.
Well, have another bowl.
So
I'll have another one with you when we get done.
We're getting close to the end. We don't want to overshoot our.
Yeah, well, I got to get off in like 5 minutes.
We don't need to know that, man, because
Yeah,
I mean that's your own personal thing.
That's too much
I mean, I'm just saying,
information, Nick.
if you need to get off, you go ahead and get off. You know, like, I'm just hey, look. I mean, sometimes it needs
Make
to
sure
happen.
you lock the door so you don't get caught.
Right. And look, and this time, put the towel across your belly so you don't get it on your feet.
Oh, it's because the food we eat.
Because
is not
listen, your
good.
mom is tired of washing
So Nick,
your
do you
stretch sheets.
and Tom have face shields?
Have
Well,
what?
Nick gets some facials sometimes.
I didn't say face shield. I said face shield.
Oh.
One of the shields you put on, keep it out of your eyes.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my god, you guys are killing me
Listen,
here.
I'm 49 years old. Do you really think mine projects that far now? I mean, come on now.
We didn't need to
I
know that.
would think that if it didn't,
I mean,
you might need to hydrate.
Well, I might.
You know, because beer dehydrates you.
It does. It definitely does. Believe me, I know.
Hey, what's up, Chris? Chris is in the chat.
Chris Bender. Who's that guy? I don't know who the hell
You
he
know
is.
who that is. Don't even.
No,
get
I
started.
don't know who the hell he is.
Ugh.
It's a new guy to me. I don't.
Oh, he was on Fear Fans with us.
What?
Oh, wait, no, you weren't.
It's like I
you
should have.
weren't-
It's
you
like
weren't-
it's
no,
like
you
I should
weren't
have played
playing.
golf with this guy.
Tom
and
Oh,
then,
hell yeah, no, that was the guy who was playing golfer with us. I was going to say also, I forgot, you weren't on Fear Fans this week.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tom wasn't on Fear Fans.
Yeah, but he
No,
was
I
on
wasn't.
golfer with us.
Yeah,
it's like I should have played golf with this guy, and then he should have quit playing.
God, come on. You should remember Chris. Come on.
Nah, I don't know who he is.
so
Oh, now you're not being a good neighbor.
Yeah.
so to end this now,
I farted.
if we can, make sure you visit Tom's World.
And now
Get your plug
the
in,
end
Frank.
is near, and so I face the final curtain.
Oh, don't go there.
Kate.
You can't. Never mind.
You know, I'm just gonna say real quick what Kate just said. I can imagine because she said she lost. I can imagine her crying right now, like she did on the recent Golfing show.
Now
I can imagine her crying right now.
the end is near, and so I face the final curtain.
All right, enough.
My friend, I said it clear. I don't remember the rest of the words.
You're making that guy roll in his grave if he is in there.
Arnold's not dead. What are you talking
No,
about?
I'm talking about the guy that sung that song besides Sinatra.
Frank?
No. Anyway.
Well, Frank's dead too, by the way.
Anyway, tomorrow night on Insane Asylum, we're having Darren Buss and Dal Kazmarek. It should be a very, very interesting show.
Darren was
That's
in here.
gonna be awesome. If you can't joke, can you tell Dale that I said hi? And I might actually see him. Actually, I don't know if he's going, but I think might actually see him in a couple weeks. In fact,
And everybody head over to BB3 TV because apparently me and Dom are going to be doing a community chat called The Porch.
The Porch.
It still should be called The Deck. I think.
I agree. I think it should be called The Deck too.
I think we're going to have to convince Dom of that, and Tom will be outboarded.
You know, suck the deck. And,
Well, we can have so much more fun with the deck than
The deck. I was gonna say the deck is better than the porch.
Yeah, the porch.
Well,
sounds
that's what
boring.
she said. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. Yeah. Anyway, youtube.com/This Is Tom's World.
Yeah, well, there's a show coming up right after us, Kate.
Yeah, and that's the next one I got to be on.
I think it's
Yeah,
Jeremy's
I'm not going to be
show,
on that
too.
one. I'm going
So
to
we
be on
don't want to
BB3.
step on Jeremy's.
So if you all want to have fun, go to BB3 TV. If you
Yeah, I'll
just
be
want
there.
to hang out and
Well, you guys can have fun on the deck.
I'll be there. Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna
listen.
call it the deck, even if they call it the porch. I'll make it deck, Nick. So when you can join us,
listen, come out.
Vouch
come
for me,
out-
Joe. Vouch
come
for
out-
me. 'Cause I agree. I wanted to be called the deck.
Come out and mount the deck, and or you could just hang out with these guys.
see how much fun you could have with that.
Yeah.
Deck sounds better than the porch.
Well, that was Dom's idea. So, and we'll
Convince
see.
them to change it to the deck.
I'll have to talk to him. We'll see. We'll see what we
Yeah.
come up
Or I
with.
said, vouch for me, Joe.
Anyway,
Anyway,
this is Tom's World.
so on that belch, we're out of here. Stay safe and have a nice weekend, everybody. Till next week.
Stay safe. Stay healthy.